Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be focusing on research and research of capital BPOs at the moment. I do quite a lot of researching of capital BPOs. As we can see here, I have a good number waiting to be sold. Now obviously I don't necessarily want to be doubling up on the same BPOs that I've got, because these are, to be perfectly honest, selling relatively slowly at the moment, so there's no point in researching more of the same just to double up and then just for them to sit here. So I need to find some other BPOs, capital style, that I want to obviously research. It takes 100 days give or take, and then obviously get them back here to market, and then hopefully by the time the others have researched, these will have gone and the process will restart. So the easiest way that I find to do this is I will pull up a BPO of a dreadnought or some other capital ship, put it into industry, and basically see what it is that is required to build it. Now let's clear all the stuff that we've already got here. Back to where we were, back to looking at the capital components. So what I want to do now is I will go through and decide what it is that I want to purchase wise in regards to the BPOs. Now there is something to be careful of, because if you are buying in jitter or around, some of the items you will find are seeded here by NPCs and some by players. Now I know that the armor capital plates are seeded by players. I mean, you can generally tell because it's a quantity of one. So what you want to do, just to double check, is I use Eve Marketer for this, and basically I will check to see what the price is, and as you can see here I can get it elsewhere. NPC price is 1.291 billion ISK, which is obviously quite a lot cheaper than in jitter. Now the problem with armor plates is they are Amarian as such, and therefore I will have to head to Amar to get them, and obviously Amar is quite a long way away from jitter nowadays, so you have to decide whether you're willing to pay the markup. I'm not willing to pay the markup, and I would go to get them personally, but I have armor plates, so this isn't one that I will be purchasing. But again, it is something to be aware of, and I would always suggest checking it with an external site just to see what the NPC price is and that you're not being ripped off. So I've opted to come next door from jitter due to the fact that there's less people in this system and there's less likelihood of getting ganked from undocking and other bits and bobs. So here we are. I want 5 of these. Let's get that done. Let's get that in here already. I've already got a Providence BPO in here that I need to take back to get researched, and let's have a look. What else are we going to buy? And then to finish off, I'm going to buy some capital jump drive BPOs. I'll take 5 of them and we are good to go. So here we are in Tama, already docked up and safe. Transfer the BPOs over, and now the reason that we do this in Tama, or that I do it in Tama, is because of the price that you generally get here, and the fact that it's a faction war fair system basically means that you get a discount, quite a hefty discount, and because it's a low sec as well, you also get a modifier to the speed at which you can do ME and PE. So if we take this for instance, it will cost me 19 million ISK to get it to level 10. Now the current other fastest system that I know is the perimeter TTT, but that will cost me 70 million ISK, which obviously will eat quite heavily into any profits that I make there. So for the price and the slight risk that you take, I would use Tama, but again it's down to personal preference. But for the price that it's going to cost me there, it's going to save me 50 million in regards to the ME, and it's going to save me the same amount in regards to the TE, so it's quite a hefty saving. As we can see here, it's going to take me 49 days and 4 hours and 28 minutes. So the BPO cost me 1.67 billion ISK, add in 20 million for the extra research here, so that'll take us to 1.701 billion, and then obviously the sale cost, which will cost us 10 million ISK, give or take, depending on skills and taxes. So we're looking at just over 1.7 billion ISK, and let's currently see what they are selling for. So 1.7, they're selling for 1.84, but that one isn't properly researched. So we've got this one selling for 2 billion. Now 2 billion might be a bit of a stretch, but let's have a workout to see roughly what we intend to sell this for. So the reason I have some BPOs in Jitter currently collecting a bit of dust is because I generally have a floor in which I'm willing to sell a BPO for, and I want to be getting 75,000 ISK per hour for a research slot, between 75,000 and 100,000. And so if we worked out 75,000 ISK per hour times 24 hours in the day times 100 days that it takes to research, it will be, I want to be making a minimum of 180,000 ISK. 180 million even. So add in the total job cost, which is 40 million, because we've got 19 for the ME and 19 for the PE. Then I have the sell tax, which is roughly 10 to 15 million ISK. So I need to be adding a markup of a minimum of 235 million ISK. So I bought the BPO for 1.67 billion. 1.67 billion, so I want to be selling this at a minimum of 1.905 billion ISK, and currently on the market that looks semi-reasonable. Now obviously quite a lot can change within the 100 days in which I will be researching these, and this could be completely saturated by the time I get here, but that's why again I have BPO sat in my hangar, because I'm not willing to sell below a certain floor. And if it comes to it, I will hold them for an amount of time until it reaches the point of where I'm willing to sell, or if it gets to the point where I can't wait any longer, then fair enough, I'll just have to bite the bullet and sell it at whatever the market is currently going at. But generally, so say my floor is 75,000 ISK per hour per slot. Now obviously we've got the 10 BPOs here. If I manage to sell it for the full price of 100,000 ISK an hour, so times 24 times 10 slots times 100 days, hopefully I should be making in the region of 2.4 billion ISK with the 10 BPOs I've just bought. Now for a rate of return, that's not terrible. So hopefully we'll be making roughly 2.4 billion ISK. It's cost us 16.5 to buy the BPOs, which gives us a 14% return on investment, assuming I can get them back without being destroyed. So again, that'd be quite happy. So the only thing I've got left to do now is get these installed. So these are all now in and cooking, and I don't need to touch them now for another 21 days, which is quite nice. So again, relatively passive, I don't have to worry about them. So I will return to these in 21 days when they need obviously the rest of the research in doing on the ME, and then I'll do the TE. As I say, these will be ready in 100 days, ready to go on the market and sell. So with that, I hope that was interesting. I hope you found that informative. If you have any questions or queries or anything that you think I have done wrong or have missed, then please drop a comment. I'm always willing and open for suggestions of how I can obviously make things better and improve. So with that, thanks for your time, and I'll talk to you again soon.